after 30 or 40 years of ringing in their ears, have been instantaneously healed just by listening to, because I know the intervals on the harmonic scale also resonate with the ratios on the Fibonacci sequence, which are then harnessed by the spirals within our double helix.
I think the journey is not the outward journey, it's the inward journey. And we are there already, and it's just a question of remembering.
Yeah. They help you to remember yourself as perfect in the moment, as already having and being everything that you need. We should put Ganesha in there as well to remove the obstacles, because as Michele says, we are there already, but I think
if you were to give one simple practice to our audience for remembering who they are and expressing their authentic self, what would that be?
There is something important with your signature sound, which is the name that you are given at birth. There is a karmic connection to it. There is a reason for it. And so when you work with your name, dare I say it, might be your secret code.
Hi, this is Akanksshaa. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. If you resonate with me, please like, comment, and share. Welcome to Multidimensional Soul Podcast and a Talk Show.
We have with us today Nestor and Michele, all the way from Spain, and they specialize in harmonics and sound healing. A very warm welcome, Nestor and Michele, on Multidimensional Soul Podcast and Talk Show. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, namaste. This is part 2 of a 2-part conversation. If you have not watched part 1, then we highly recommend that you watch that. The link for that is provided in the video description. We talked about sound and sacred geometry being very closely related, and that's how the universe is created. As we are moving into higher consciousness, what I understand is our body is moving from carbon-based to crystalline-based structure, and 2-strand to 12-strand DNA. So how do we use harmonics to kind of remove the conditioning of our, because even though the scientists say that there's junk DNA, we know that there is no junk DNA. It's the conditioning on the DNA that is there. So how do we move to 12-strand crystalline DNA using harmonics?
Well, that is one hell of a question, because I don't know that anyone has actually achieved this yet. I mean, people will always claim that they are doing this, but what I do know is that the harmonic intervals, the harmonic ratios, produce the very purest intervals in music, which is what Pythagoras discovered all those years ago. So the harmonics themselves are completely pure. When you sing them, you are embodying the purity of creation. So I think that if someone learns the techniques of harmonic singing and then practices it daily, but not just as a musical practice, it as a fully intentional practice, I think this will be a natural progression, will be towards achieving the full potential of our DNA, whatever that may be. And because I know the intervals on the harmonic scale also resonate with the ratios on the Fibonacci sequence, which are then harnessed by the spirals within our double helix DNA. So we reinforce those relationships, and as we reinforce them, all the stuff that doesn't belong, all the toxins, repressed emotions, emotional toxins, mental toxins that hold us back and suppress us. These are then free to be released by the system, because we are actually reinforcing the purity of the structure, how in where we resonate with the perfection of creation. So I think a daily practice, combining harmonics, energy work, and intentional visualization is the path that I would follow. And of course, breathing also has a lot to do with it.
I think that also, there is a lot of hype around these things, and everyone is looking for the magical formula, the codes, the secret codes that will take you there fast, and if you do this, then then you will get results, and if you do that, and if you go there, and if you sit in a certain posture or a certain way, and I think we're forgetting one thing, one very important thing, and that is we are there already.
Yeah,
I think we are there already. I think the journey is not the outward journey, it's the inward journey. And we are there already. And it's just a question of remembering. And when we are in that space, then you can call it whatever you want to call it. But it's unique to yourself. My meditation, I cannot share it with Nestor. Nestor won't be able to share his meditation with me, because when he is in that meditation of his and in that space, that is unique to him. And it's helping him to remember himself as spirit, as one with all. And when I'm in my state, in that place, then it's my journey. It's only my journey. It's solely my journey. I believe that at a cellular level, we are one for sure. At an energetic, vibrational level, we are one for sure. But the journey as the human is a unique journey. Each one of us. Maybe there is a reason for it. Maybe we need to bring our collective human experiences forward into a collective pod or something, I don't know, so that we can evolve with each incarnation. I'm not sure. I don't know. One day maybe I will know. I don't know. But in this moment, I can just assume. But I know it's not going to be about secret codes or even special ways. I think it's just going to be about being authentic and mainly and mostly remembering yourself. And the overtones, harmonics, help you to remember yourself. Whatever that means.
They help you to remember yourself as perfect in the moment, yes, as already having and being everything that you need, so that you feel self-contained. They fill you up. They fill up your spirit. And well, it's very difficult to describe the feeling once one masters the basic techniques, and you don't have to think about the technique any longer. You enter a level at which you just flow and you become one with the sacred sound current. And in that space, you have a chance. Your DNA has a chance. To remember its DNA memory, and also to heal DNA memory, because we know karma is also part of that process. And so it's about remembering. I think about connecting with the sound. It's more about removing the obstacles that have been placed there through our childhood programming. So, I mean, we should put Ganesha in there as well to remove the obstacles, because as Michele says, we are there already, but I think our lifestyle, our culture, our civilization is not there.
It's not there.
Not
yes.
at least.
Collectively,
Not,
we are
it's very
not
far
there.
from there. Yeah. And so we don't teach, we do not teach children what they really need to be learning to survive and to communicate and to be one with all. They are learning a lot of stuff that helps them to be separate and to perceive themselves as separate. And competition and all of these other things do not encourage a feeling of oneness with all. So I think using the harmonics, one can actually do a lot of emotional regression and healing. And so in that sense, it's clearing the obstacles to what we already have within us.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, it's about remembering, and that's why, like, it's unlayering, removing all the conditioning, deprogramming, and letting go of the emotional toxins as well as the societal conditioning and whatever conditioning we become. If you were to give one simple practice to our audience for remembering who they are and expressing their authentic self, what would that be?
Oh, that's you sprung that on us very quickly now. Let's think.
I do think Michele has some beautiful processes using the name, which I think would be very, very appropriate.
I have. Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time that I have done this, that I've said this, but there is something important with your signature sound, which is the name that you are given at birth. It can sometimes be a political name that runs through the family, or it's a name that at one level hasn't really been like given the space to really acquire the respect that is needed for one names a child. And maybe it's influenced by pressure around, social pressure. So I call these the political names, or names that were just taken at randomly without any thought. But even so, even if you have a name like that and you are named in that way, there is a karmic connection to it. There is a reason for it. And so when you work with your name, by just closing your eyes, putting your hands around your heart area, your chest area, and actually, before you do that, even making sure that that you're very conscious of your hands. So putting your intention and your sound in your hands as you put them on your body. And then you can feel that you are creating like a scanner in that way. And just feeling that your sound is coming through your hands and into your body and all around you, and just chanting your name to yourself for quite a while, not because in the beginning it will seem strange, it'll seem silly, it will seem too simple, it will seem we have all the forest to go through, and so it takes a bit of time to go through the forest of thought. But then when we come into the clearing, then we feel that our name is actually something that will help us to remember our identity. But also there is that karmic link to it. And it's very extremely empowering because you are bringing the energy back to yourself. You are again respecting yourself, the sovereignty of your vibration. And in this experience, because of this is your lifeline, has been you were given your name in this life, but there is a karma to it. And I believe that it is very often in the vowel sounds that are inside the name. So what I do is I suggest to your public that they also work with the vowel sounds in their name, because the vowel sounds are going to be like their mantra. Like, for example, my name is Michele, right? So my vowel sounds are E-E. So, however I wish to say my name and sing my name to myself is going to be my powerful mantra. It might even be more powerful than any of the other, traditional mantras for me personally, because it's going to touch the areas. It's going to help to clean all that stuck programming of the shut-ups. I call them the shut-ups that we have accumulated, these nasty vibrations that when people shut us up since we were children until this very moment, and have created here this kind of like scarf of shut-ups that strangle us.
Yeah, school teachers, brothers and sisters, parents, grandparents.
Yeah, and brothers and sisters, yeah, especially. And then we give ourselves those shut-ups when we become adolescents. We give ourselves shut-ups because we want to belong, we want to be liked. It's all about people pleasing, really, more than anything else. And so when you sing with your name and with that feeling, you must touch yourself as well. You can do it in many different ways, but touching yourself when you're singing your name, then you are really acknowledging your body. You're acknowledging your form, your form that is created from your vibration. So this is your temple. You're acknowledging it. And it becomes a real intimate experience rather than okay, I'm singing for mommy and daddy. You are singing for yourself. So it's very somatic in that way. But the name is going to really reach so many places. And then the vowel sounds that you have in your name are your pure mantra. And they, dare I say it, might be your secret code. There might be
wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing this. Very beautiful and so powerful. But one question I have, like for me personally, and this is something that many women do, that they have different birth name and then they change their name. I have changed my name completely. Like my maiden name was something else, and now it is Akanksshaa, and last name is also. So I take the birth name or I take my current name?
Well, first of all, let's leave the family names, the surnames away, because that is really strong, because that has so much karmic connection. And you can work with that name and you can heal it, but it is pretty strong because there's a lot of things happening there, a lot of frequency. But if you just take your name that you were given at birth. So what is your name that you were given at birth?
So my maiden name, which I had at birth, is Sangeeta, which means music actually.
Sangeeta, yeah, that's beautiful. So I would start there, and then afterwards you could always do this exercise really with all your names, because there is a reason why you have acquired all those names. There's a lot going on there. You have probably quite a lot of melodies going on.
I mean, it's interesting when women in the West get married, they drop their paternal surname and they take on the surname of their husband in many cases.
Yes.
Michele absolutely refused to become Michele Kornblum because she'd already been married. She has a beautiful family surname, and she wanted to identify with that, and I don't blame her at all. And I think in this now in the 2020s, many women are just keeping their own family names so that they don't get lost.
So it's not that even in India, it's not. I had a choice. It's not that I was forced to do it or anything. Somehow at that time I just thought of doing this, and I thought of changing the first name as well, which happens rarely even in India. Usually in India also women take up the last name of the husband, or nowadays there is a trend of putting both the last names, the parents as well as the husbands, but they don't change the first name.
I did.
Like Adrian Space.
I changed it.
You changed your first name, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Many people do now in the West, especially if they get into Kundalini yoga, and then there are many Western people with Ananda and
Yes.
Kaur,
Indian
etc.
names, yes.
Personally, I have not yet resonated with any name other than my very own, and that's probably where my work is.
yeah.
And each person needs to feel that for themselves. But I strongly suggest they begin with the first name, the name that everybody calls them and has been calling them since they were babies. That's the name that's going to have the most childhood accumulation of stuff. Because normally when we change our names, we're already adults. We make that decision. I want to be called this, or, you know. And so it's very easy then just to turn a blind eye to the childhood programming, which will be on that very first given name.
I would just like to make a distinctive point here, though, and that is it depends what you want to do. The intention is very important. And so, for example, some people's names, they were called something at home, they were called something at work, their husbands called them something else, and they always ask, so what name should I choose? Well, I always say, well, what name is the most difficult for you? What is it? What name is the one that makes you uncomfortable, maybe?
Okay.
Or that you need to heal something, you know, in some way. And then relating to what you asked in the very beginning, and some exercise that would help somebody come to themselves and empower themselves, then I would suggest that they choose the name that they really resonate with, and work with that name, because that's going to be empowering for them. But the other name, I mean, the name, maybe it's not the name that they were given at birth, but that name that they were given at birth, if they have any issues, then it's always wonderful to do a healing on that name. And that is that, and singing your name like that, with that intention, with that beautiful intention, is really going to be a healing. It's going to take them to many different places. So yes, it's a power tool in our little medicine box of sound healing. The name is a power tool.
And
Amazing. Thank you.
And not to forget that it can be made even more powerful by opening your eyes and doing it in the mirror, which is very confrontational, but together with I love you, you know,
I do mirror work.
and things like that.
And pioneered that, and
So those are very powerful processes.
That is very powerful, absolutely.
So I can't share right this moment a quick overtone technique, because that requires obviously preparation and technique. But for those who do know how to sing overtones, if they intone the vowel sounds in their name, then some of those will go in harmony with the overtone singing techniques because of the mouth positions, and can enhance the process.
Yeah, and that's where the code comes in, because the vowel sounds that are contained within the name, if you just chant those vowel sounds, then you are creating those harmonics, and that is a code. And that's where the karmic thing comes in, I believe. At least that's something that that has come to me. I don't know if it's 100% true, but it's definitely, when I sing my vowel sounds, it feels there is something going on there beyond my comprehension. And that is very, very beautiful, because the consonances in your name are going to bring your name down to your living experience, where there's a lot to heal, a lot to forgive, a lot to be thankful for, and a lot to let go of, isn't there?
Yeah, that's a powerful technique. So thank you for sharing that. And you gave the nuances also, like the one name which you are uncomfortable with, you need to heal that, and the name which you resonate with, you kind of work with it to authentically express yourself. So
that's right.
Two different names, even if you have, you can work with them.
And one more important thing, and that is how to work with it. And that is, people who may go into a melody, and it might be a repeated melody, take care. Because if you go into a repeated melody a lot, then maybe you are playing safe. Escaping. And yeah, so just really allow the sound to guide you and to take you higher tones, lower tones, wider tones, smaller tones. Just really allow the sound and try to stop this.
Stop the hedge.
Which is not easy, but try to stop this and try to stop controlling it. And just tone. That's the difference between toning, singing, and chanting.
Yeah.
Yes, toning, working with just one vowel sound and elongating it and going for a journey with it. Singing has words, has melody, and has rhythm
and structure.
And chanting, although amazing and beautiful and creates trance-like states and higher consciousness, it still is repetitive. So in this moment with your name, allow it to be completely free of any structure at all, and just play with it. And if it's funny, it's funny, and if it's sad, it's sad. But the important thing is that it's you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Just quickly, can you share any miraculous experience that you have observed, either for yourself or for your clients, that because of sound and harmonics, they could heal some either health or some other relationships, anything?
Well, actually, I created a whole set of tuning forks, because we also work with sound healing with tuning forks. And the tuning forks that I use, I've created based on the harmonic scale, those very same musical relationships. So I've had 2 instantaneous curings of tinnitus, of ringing in the ears, for example, that people have, after 30 or 40 years of ringing in their ears, have been instantaneously healed just by listening to one tuning fork held near each ear with those harmonic relationships. So that's something. Obviously one cannot guarantee or promise that this will happen, but those are spontaneous, if you like, miraculous happenings. And we've had quite a few over the years.
A short story. I have a woman who I was working with in a session, a one-to-one session. She had a lot of pain in her shoulders and her arm for so many years. And she had, they're not illuminated anymore. and so much pain in her arms and her shoulders for so many years. And she had gone to many different therapies and healers to see if she could get rid of that pain. And in one of the sessions of sound healing, she remembered something. She remembered herself as a child, and she was in the back seat of the car with her parents, and she had her little sister that insisted on sitting on her lap. And she had her arms around her little sister. And so she was wearing a safety belt, but her little sister wasn't. And she had her arms around her little sister, and they were driving along, and they had an accident, a fatal accident to the parents, and she's the sole survivor of this accident. And her little sister flew out of her arms. And she never put the connection together, but she realized that the pain that she had in her arms was the shame and the not being able to hold on to her little sister when this accident happened. So I think that, I don't know if that's a miracle or whatever it is, it's a remembering of something, because after that, the pain lessened. It took a while. It wasn't immediately, but it was just the remembering and the understanding of it helped to shift that block, So that was quite a tragic story. I remember that well.
I have a few questions which I ask all my guests, like a rapid fire towards
Okay.
that. Can I ask you those?
Yes, yes.
If you were to explain multidimensional soul to anyone, how would you explain it?
A sound that transports you to another dimension, or to a feeling of being in another dimension, so that you can forget sometimes the moment that you're in and feel part of something bigger.
What is holistic well being according to you?
Holistic well-being is coming into balance with everything that you are made up of. So your mental state, your biofields, your emotional state, and your physical state. That would be a holistic, a whole, because it comes from the word whole, holy,
and spiritual,
so,
of course.
yes, but that works. The wholeness of you.
What is the ultimate purpose of life?
Love.
To experience joy in the moment.
If you were to suggest or recommend any changes to current educational systems, what would they be?
The energy work.
Energy work. That's our vote.
The energy
Definitely the energy work and protections.
Yes.
In the system that we learn, we use actually the symbol of the rose, the flower, the rose, which is a very, very powerful symbol, rather than golden or silver light, because it's at least in the Western, well, I think in many civilizations, but in the Western culture, the rose has acquired thousands of years of human intention in that symbol of self-love, unconditional love, romantic love, etc. But what I really believe is that all children should know how to harness earth and cosmic or universal energy, divine light, as you put it earlier so beautifully, and to know how to mount an energetic protection of their field.
Yeah, and for me, that last, I like that one. That I think it would be anything that would help the children not to forget.
Remember
Who they are, their oneness.
Never to forget, because this is what happens. We forget.
Children remember.
Yes.
Okay. What is love?
Oh, idea.
I think
love.
There's
so many.
There are many types of love, but I think love is recognizing the beauty and oneness of another person. Yeah, and yourself.
Yeah, I ditto him.
What is self-love?
Self-love is accepting yourself for whom and who you are in the moment.
You're good at this.
In every
He's
level.
good at this.
I know all the answers. Whether I practice them in my daily life, well, I'm still getting there. But I do have many of the answers.
That's a good one. I ditto that as well.
I ditto.
Nestor and Michele have shared a special overtone singing meditation for our audience. Happy meditation.
Hello and welcome to this sound journey meditation on the call. Voice and overtones.
What's your parting message for our audience?
Oh,
Sing your heart out. Sing your heart in.
just be happy. This, we're not here for a long time. The mountains are laughing at us, worried about time. So just make ceremony, make it sacred. Every moment, make it sacred.
How can people connect with you?
With us personally, they should connect via our email, info@harmonicssounds.com. I think I sent you that information. And of course, Instagram is one of our bigger platforms. So Harmonic Sounds, all one word, .official. harmonicsounds.official. These are great ways to connect with us. And of course, we have a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos, which is Harmonic Voices, is our YouTube channel.
We'll provide all the links in the video description. It's been absolutely lovely talking to both of you, and beautiful love that both of you have share, and we could feel it in this podcast. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Akanksshaa.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
lovely being here.
Namaste.
Namaste.
A blessing. Thank you. We are honored.
And to all of you who joined, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for tuning in from wherever you are in the world. As Ramdas says, that we are just walking each other home. So thank you for co-creating the new earth along with me and my guests. If you resonate with me, subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Let's keep this beautiful energy in flow, in motion. Namaste. Lots of love.